barbed wire fence carving on a hillside. Cutting holes.
Hi, I'm George Davis.
And I'm Lisa Davis.
And we're with the Backroads Country Countdown. And joining us today is a gentleman that you probably all know. It's Granger Smith.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
how's it going? Thanks for coming to my home.
Yeah, and you wanted to interview us, and we appreciate that since you're holding the microphone.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, Granger just released a new album that's been, about 10 months ago?
We released a new album in, I'm not good at math, but it was October 27th. So you back up a couple months.
The title of the album, When the Good Guys Win. Great song.
Thank you very much.
And the whole album's fantastic. You haven't heard it yet, you got to get it. Okay, free plug for Granger. Be sure to do that. We want to talk a little bit about you and a little bit about your background. You're from Texas. You got into music when? How old were you when you first got into music?
14 years old when I started playing guitar. I think I thought that playing guitar would help me get some more girls to be interested in me. And you know what's funny is what I always say is I got so into music at that point that I forgot about girls. Yeah. I started singing about 15 and started playing these North Texas Opries on Saturday night.
Right.
And singing a lot of George Strait, and that's how the whole dream started. Yeah.
And you have labored so hard over the years. I mean, seriously, you put out album after album after album independently. Finally, you got recognized by a label who said, "Okay, we're going to take this guy," and they've released your music.
They're still wondering about that.
Are they? they haven't totally made up their mind.
Yeah,
It's the ink is indelible ink, or is it like okay? So, but you're doing it, man. Your tour schedule is absolutely crazy. I mean, you're in one town yesterday. You're St. Louis tonight. You're leaving tonight. You're going to
Minnesota, I believe.
Frigid cold.
Yeah.
The road life is what we've always known.
Right.
It's how we started as an independent artist. I was living on one fan at a time, building fans, building the live show, and it's just me and the band and the crew. That's all we've known.
Right.
Is to hit the road hard, and we love it. It's like, as we said earlier, it's like a second home.
One of the things about you that I have to say is when you say that you do it one fan at a time, you're at a point now where you can consider yourself successful, correct?
It depends on how you judge success, but I have a beautiful wife and 3 babies at home, and we have a life that we're very happy with, and to me that's the best definition of success. Yeah.
And with that success, you are still one of these guys that, until the last fan's gone, you're not on the bus. You are always, I've seen you when you first released a new album, people could pre-order, and you hand-delivered this album to people. A young lady that worked in a restaurant, and she was off, and they called her back to work. She thought she was getting fired, but you walked in, and she just totally freaked out. So that to me says a lot about your character, because you put so much into this, and you have done this, and it's just amazing for what you do.
Well, thank you. As I said, it's always been about the fans first, and trying to make that connection with them. I'm a fan. I'm a huge George Strait fan. Always have been. And that's how it started for me. So looking back on those days when I was in the fan club and I was traveling around and watching him play concerts, I still continually try to put myself in the shoes of those fans, because I know how they felt. I know what it's like to wait in line in the cold and to spend the night to get concert tickets. And it's that important to me.
That's so cool. That is so cool. You right now on the Backroads Country Countdown, you're there.
Awesome.
You are in a very good position, so we're probably going to be seeing you for a little while longer, which is great.
Awesome.
So happy of that. Another thing I wanted to talk about is something that I have spoke with you while you were doing, which is your boot walk.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. Where did it come from? What is it about? And just in general, then we'll get into, I think it was the last one you had that was a very special one.
this started for me. I took my first entertainment tour in Iraq in 2007, and that led to 3 more tours after that, because it was so impactful for me. I thought I was going to go out and help some soldiers, bring them a little piece of home over in Iraq and Kuwait, but I didn't know how much it was going to impact me and how much I was going to get out of meeting these young men and women. So when I came back, I wanted to do something over here where other people could feel that same impact. And I've always felt a little bit guilty that I get to travel around and play music and live my dream because of the price that these men and women volunteer to pay for me, the price of freedom. And so I started this boot walk, walking 100 miles in combat boots over the course of 5 days, and raising morale and patriotism and money for an organization called the Boot Campaign. And that has evolved over the last 6 years now. Most recently, we've created a documentary on the last boot walk where we are going to feature 5 Gold Star families that have lost a son in the war. And I can't say much more than that because we're about to launch this thing, but we're very, very excited about it, very, very proud of the message that this is going to have.
You know, it's with your schedule, because like we said, one day you're here, next day you're there, you know, you're traveling mile after mile after mile, but you still take time to do that. You still take time to give of yourself. And that's kind of one of those things that I think to a lot of your fans, and hopefully a lot of people that will become fans, will be an inspiration to them to say, you know, if he can do it, I can do it. Because,
I hope so.
I mean, you stay so busy all the time. But great show. What can we expect tonight? Because we're at Ballpark Village. Okay, we want to share that with you. We're at Ballpark Village, St. Louis. Enjoy a great show. I've seen Granger live, and it's phenomenal. And I get told, as I shared with you earlier, my daughter has seen you more times than I will ever probably see you. and I know that you have a great show. So we're excited about it. Very excited.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, we're very excited. It's always fun to be in this town, downtown. It's a historic place, you know. A lot of red brick. Yeah. We love St. Louis.
Good.
Yeah. So we've been playing. What is it called? The Rock Church for years and years. We started there many years ago, and in the red brick city.
Right.
A lot of red brick in this town.
There is a lot.
Yeah.
That's why you can't find it anywhere.
I asked the Uber driver, because he said because of fires in the 1800s, they started building everything with red brick.
Wow.
There you go.
More knowledge than I know now. I live 100 miles south.
There's our history lesson for the day. You heard it from Granger Smith.
Well, you are in the city now, but you are on Backroads Country Countdown.
Yes.
Right.
Speaking with
That's
us.
right.
So, my question to you is there a favorite Backroads that you have? Whether you can name a state, a city, an area, is there some area that stands out to you because there's a creek or a lake or a bridge or something? Is there Backroads?
Yeah, the back road that comes to my mind right now is called 3405 in Georgetown, Texas, because that's taken me home.
Good.
And so that's the last road before my house, and come home from the airport after a trip like this, and it's a very welcomed back road.
Good. Is that kind of where your songs stem from?
It is. It actually came from that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah.
All
Great
right.
information.
Well,
Thank you, guys.
Granger Smith.
Thanks for taking my interview.
Hey,
Appreciate
thank
you
you.
guys very much.
Thanks for having us.
tune in
You're
next
home away
time.
from home.
Thanks for joining us.
This is Granger Smith TV. We'll see you guys next time.
No one else around singing.